103.5 FM. Simply the best. Starr.
Hello, it's 6 o'clock in the Ghanaian capital, Accra. This is the Starr Breakfast News.
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best. Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
And coming up this morning, organized labor reveals calls for dissolution of SNIT board does not exclude their representatives.
So we are holding the board accountable. And when we say we are holding the board accountable,
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
Dissolution of the board. It does not mean that our members will still be there.
Also coming up, Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana accused government of taking untrained position not to honor the arbitrary award by the NLC as the industrial action enters week 5.
This is the 5th week, and we've seen that the government...
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
National Labour Commission's Abika Awards.
And later in this bulletin, while West MP raises alarm over ongoing recruitment into security services, warning politicization of security agencies will be the final nail in the coffin of Ghana's democracy. We've got details of all these stories coming up shortly, but first, let's remind you of our affiliate stations across the country.
Starr News.
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
102.7 FM in Takrady. Zeps 95.9 FM.
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
Starr Radio in the USA. Also live on Facebook on Starr 1035.
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
Starr 103.5 FM. Starr News. Informed.
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
Many thanks to you for choosing Starr News. I am Nurein. Abass. To begin the bulletin this morning, organized labor has clarified that its call for the dissolution of the board of the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SNIT, does not exclude its representatives on the board. Organized labor currently has at least 4 representatives on the SNIT board, including Deputy Secretary General of TUC, Joshua Ansah. Organized labor argues the board needs to be dissolved in its entirety, with a demand for the head of the Director General of SNIT, Kofi Bosompim Asafo-Mafo. Edward Karawe is General Secretary of the General Agricultural Workers Union. He's been speaking to Starr News. Let's have a listen.
Board decisions are made. They are made by resolution. You see,
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
That becomes binding in the entire board. And that is what has happened.
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
This type of arrangement which Senate wanted to do. But of course,
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
And when we say we are holding the board accountable, as well as the management, we are not excluding
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
Will still be there. Of course, we have the right to send members to the board.
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
We are not excluding anybody in the board. We are saying the board members, and we are also
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
The resources of Senate, which they are not doing.
You had the General Secretary of the General Agricultural Workers Union, Edward Karawe. Away from that, academic and administrative activities in the 46 colleges of education across the country for the past 5 weeks have come to a complete halt, leaving the future of the academic calendar uncertain. Members of the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana says government has taken an entrenched position not to honor the arbitrary award by the NLC, despite the release of some 199 million cedis outstanding research and book allowance by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. The union said government has failed to implement the arbitration award, which was given to the association on 2nd May 2023, by the National Labour Commission. Thomas Ampoma is the National Secretary of CTAG, and he's been speaking to Star News.
This is the 5th week, and we've seen that
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
bent on not honoring the National Labour Commission's arbitral awards. The fact is that the arbitral awards
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
arbitral award is January 2023. It means that we are into 19
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
We went on strike last year. The Labour Commission called all of us.
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
Steps to implement the arbitral awards by the end of October.
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
Arbitral awards. We wrote to the NLT informing them that the government has refused.
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
Section 172 of the Labour Act. They never took any steps. They wrote
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
That is in November 2023.
Thomas Ampoma added, until government puts them on the structure to be recognized as university lecturers, there will be no return to the classroom.
So migrate all of them, the staff audit onto the
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
are benefiting. Government is saying that no, they will not do it. They think that we don't.
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
Batches of degree graduates, and they say that if we don't qualify, even though
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
they say they will not do it, and they are now behind the Labour Commission to get means.
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
That they will never honor the arbitral awards. We are saying that until monies are
Starr 103.5 FM. Simply the best.
they didn't benefit from their toys. We are saying that until the monies are paid, we will never go back. We don't have any negotiation with anybody. They are to comply with the arbitral awards, which implies that they should put that on the university structure so that we benefit from the same salary and allowances for the universities.
You heard the General Secretary, the National Secretary, I beg your pardon, of CTAG, Thomas Ampoma. In other news this morning, the Member of Parliament for Wild West, Peter Tobu, has once again cautioned the government against going through with what he terms secret recruitment into the security services. According to the former superintendent of police, his checks at the police training school at Tesano revealed that some people are going through medicals for recruitment without any public announcement of the exercise. The Minister of Interior, Henry Quarty, announced about 11,000 people will be recruited from a backlog of applicants. But addressing the media in Parliament after Tobu questioned why the exercise has not been open to the public, he warned of dire consequences since a time might come where firemen might inspect party cards before dousing flames whenever called upon.
To be screened. Everybody in that category qualifies to be given some attention. Opportunities might be fairly distributed, and I do not have any problem with that. But we are not having clarity. We are not having clarity in the process. Recruitment has a standard process. That standard recruitment procedure cannot be violated without consequences. The young people of this country are frustrated. The young people of this country are angry. The young people of this country feel that there's so much hopelessness in the system. And if there are opportunities, we want to recruit 11,000 people. We expect transparency. We expect that the minister will be accountable to the people and to the law. And the minister will respect the various rules and regulations governing all these security sector agencies under him. I don't think that it's even the duty of the minister to get involved in recruitment. Recruitment is an administrative function. And for God's sake, if you look at the 1992 Constitution, operations and administration are both under the heads of these institutions, be it the Chief Fire Officer, the Comptroller General of the Immigration Service, the Director General of Prison Service, or the Inspector General of Police. That is their job. And I'm surprised to have a minister who is so much enthused about recruitment. I don't know where this is coming from. We rubbish the lay-down procedure at our own peril. That I can state without mincing words. This is bad. Take the minister to come clear. What are we doing?
And that was the Member of Parliament for Wild West and former police superintendent Peter Lanchini Tobu. Now, Labour economist at the Statistical Service, Anthony Odro-Dentra, has bemoaned what he says are institutional barriers for the youth to get employed as the service has revealed nearly 2 million youth in the country are idle. Ghana yesterday joined the world to commemorate Youth Skills Day, with the Ghana Statistical Service disclosing of youth between ages 15 and 35, comprising some 1.2 million females and about 800,000 males in the country, are not in education, employment, or any form of training. Speaking to Sani's Anthony Ododentra says there is a need to develop active labor market policy to reduce the rather high figures.
There's a need to do more. Obviously, this is what we call the ideal youth. So obviously, if this proportion are not under education or training, then it calls for concern. Because what is happening is that this is what we call the not utilizing the labor supply of the youth. And so if they are not finding jobs to do, then they will be forced to do something different. This signifies strong institutional barriers to access self-employment or training opportunities. I think that we need to design what we call active labor market policy to prevent and reduce youth unemployment, including the youth.
You heard labor economist at the Statistical Service, Anthony Odro Dentra. Now, before we go, former U.S. President Donald Trump has named U.S. Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate, further elevating the Ohio Republican who has adopted the former president's populist agenda after years of pointed criticism of Trump. In his own words, I quote, "After lengthy deliberation and thought and consideration and considering the tremendous talents of many others, I have decided that the person best suited to assume the position of Vice President of the United States is Senator J.D. Vance of the great state of Ohio," unquote. Now, Trump's election came on the first day of the Republican National Convention and just 2 days after he survived an assassination attempt at his campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania over the weekend. On the floor of the convention, shortly after news of Vance's election broke, delegates celebrating the party's ticket were writing Vance's name onto Trump signs using markers. And that brings us to the end of the breakfast news this morning. Log on to starfm.com.gh for more news updates. I am Nurein Abass. Thank you for joining us.